Hey guys, Zach here, Small Town Bourbon. Tonight we're going to be talking about Elijah Craig. I've got 4 of their offerings here: small batch, single barrel, toasted barrel, and barrel proof. I'm just going to try all of them, tell you what I think about them, tell you if I think they're worth the money, and probably rank them in order from my least favorite to favorite. Starting out here with the small batch, coming in at like $32, $33 here in Alabama. I usually enjoy this one pretty good. Let's see how it smells tonight. It smells really good. 94 proof, non-age stated on the small batch. Sweet, brown sugar, cinnamon, baking spice. It's wonderful. Let's try it out. Really good. Very sweet up front, sugary sweetness. It's a good bit of spice in the middle. Nice oak finish. It doesn't hang around a super long time, but hangs around for a while for 94 proof. I think that's a great buy for 32 bucks, 33. Put you in the same categories like Russell's Reserve or the Jack Bonded. Kind of in there with Early Times. I think it's a really good buy for that. I definitely recommend it. Let's move over here to the single barrel. This is actually a store pick from Warehouse Beverage. I think it was in Rome, Georgia, where I got it. These MSRP for like $39 in Alabama. I want to say I paid $49.99 for this one. This is the 94 proof. Elijah Craig does 2 single barrels. They do a 94 and 110 proof. And the 110 proof, I think, is closer to like 80 bucks. It's a pretty big jump in price. But you do get an age statement with the single barrel. This one's 8 years old. So pretty good age for 40 bucks. Sounds like a pretty good deal. Let's smell it. The nose is a lot different than the small batch. I'd say it's a little lighter. The sweetness is more fruity. Smells more like appley or something like that. And not as much spice. It still smells really good. It's just a little softer. Let's try it out. It's pretty good. You do get some of that fruity sweetness on the front, kind of like an apple flavor. I'd say the finish isn't as strong or as long as the small batch was, but still you get an oak note there in the back, a little bit of spice in the middle. Pretty good sip. Let's move over here to the toasted barrel. So Elijah Craig says right here on the bottle that this is their small batch. So the same stuff that's in here, they just finish it in a toasted barrel. Non-age stated, as far as I know. No, I think so. Coming in at that same proof at 94 proof. On the toasted MSRP, you jump up to about $58, I believe. Let's try it out. Oh, wow. That's a lot different. It's big, big caramel. There may be a little bit of cinnamon or something in there, but that caramel is just kind of overwhelming. That's all I can smell. Let's try it out. It's pretty good. That caramel is there on the palate. It does transfer over to the palate. The finish is still pretty light on this one, kind of like how the single barrel was. You get that big caramel in the front, then you get just a little bit of spice in the middle, like some cinnamon, and then just a very light, like oak finish in the back. It's not bad. I enjoyed it a lot, but I don't know. I think so far I like the small batch the best of these three. I might go back through them and see. All right, moving on here to the big dog, the barrel proof. This is going to run you about $80. This is the latest batch, the C923, that everybody's going crazy about. This is 13 years and 7 months old. So that makes you feel pretty good. I mean, you're jumping up to $80, but to get a 13 and a half year old bourbon, I still feel like that's a pretty fair price and coming in at 133 proof. So getting on up there. Let's see what it smells like. Not super sweet on the nose. I get kind of like a barrel char note, like a smoky note with some darker, kind of like molasses smelling sweetness. Smells really good. It's not as strong, I guess, as I thought it would be for being 133 proof. Let's see how it drinks. Can definitely taste the jump in proof. I don't know if it drinks quite 133 though. It's really good. I get some of that smokiness that I was smelling on the palate there. It's very sweet up front. You do get a lot of that molasses brown sugar sweetness on the front. Good bit of spice in the middle. It kind of mixed with that smokiness that I was talking about. And an extremely long finish. I mean, I still got it in there right now. I really like it. Really good ball. I've heard people talking about some inconsistencies with the C923. This is the only one I've had, but this one's really good. So, if we're talking about which order I would rank these in, let me get a sip here. I'm going to try a small batch again because it was my first sip. Yeah. For me, mm, I think for me, if I was ranking them, I think I would go like this. Toasted being my least favorite, then barrel proof being my favorite. Now, keep in mind, barrel proof being my favorite, I will probably drink the small batch more because of its price and because I don't just love sipping on 133 proof all the time. So even though I do like this one better head to head, I will probably drink this one more. But the toasted, I've never been a huge fan of that big caramel. The ancient age is one I can think of that has it, and a lot of people like it, I believe. And if you like it, then that's awesome. I think this will be a great one for you. I just, I don't know. So sometimes it's too much for me. Just feel like I'm drinking some kind of caramel candy. It's just not my favorite. And then between the single barrel and the small batch, I honestly just like this small batch better, and it's cheaper. So that's how I got to that conclusion. I would not buy one of these single barrels. It's pretty good, and you get the uniqueness of it. But this small batch, excuse me, I think it's a lot of bang for your buck. Coming in the low 30s, a lot of flavor for that 94 proof. I think it's a really great buy. And if you can find this C923 barrel proof, I think it's really great too. All right, guys. That's all I've got for tonight. Small Town Bourbon. See you next time.